Giovanni is finally making his return with another new Shadow Legendary in what might be the best Team Go Rocket and Halloween event we've had in Pokemon Go. Each event will be a little different, where the Halloween Part 2 event will feature more Ghost-type Pokemon, while the Team Go Rocket event will focus on 2 new Shadow Legendaries we've all been waiting for. So starting with the Halloween Part 2 event, which is the non-Team Go Rocket part, this is going to take place 10 AM October 26th to 8 PM October 31st. We're going to be seeing a couple extra Pokemon and wild spawns that we didn't originally see in the Part 1 event. So in the wild, we're going to get Pikachu wearing a Tricks and Treats costume, which is a brand new outfit, Vulpix wearing a Spooky Festival costume, which we've seen before, Murkrow, Misdreavus, Sableye, Piplup wearing a Halloween Mischief costume, Drifloon, Yamask, Zorua, which will have its shiny form released, Fennekin, Phantom, Pumpkaboo wearing a Spooky Festival costume, Noibat, and a rare spawn for Gengar, who is also wearing the new Tricks and Treats costume. As for the raids, we'll be getting slightly different ones from the Part 1 event, where the 1-star raids will be Ghastly, Misdreavus, and Phantom. 3-star raids will have Gengar wearing a Tricks and Treats costume, 5-star raids will feature Darkrai, and for Mega raids, Mega Banette will be the featured Mega here. For the event bonuses, nothing too fancy here, but they will be slightly different than the Part 1 event, where we'll be getting extra candies whenever you catch a Pokemon hitting a nice, great, or excellent throw, as well as an increased chance to get candies when catching Pokemon wearing costumes. And yes, I do expect these 2 bonuses to stack, so if you catch a Pokemon wearing a costume and get a nice, great, or excellent throw, you should be getting double candies. We'll also get some new research tasks during this Part 2 event, where the field researches will get you encounters with Mismagius, Galarian Yamask, Phantom, and if you're lucky, Greavard. 2 timed researches will carry over from the Part 1 event, where one will get you encounters with Greavard and the other will get you encounters with Spiritomb. And the last research task will be the paid time research called Trick or Treats, which will get you more encounters with Ghost-type Pokemon, as well as gifting you a new avatar pose. So if you do plan on getting it, it will be $5 and you'll have until the end of the event to get it completed. And finally, there will be a ton of additional features, such as the Lavender Town music, a Prime Gaming Partner research, showcases, and more that will carry over from the Part 1 event. So if you want more details on that, make sure to check out the Part 1 video as well. Now moving on to what we all really care about, the Team Go Rocket event details. This month's Team Go Rocket Takeover event will have a ton of new Shadow Pokemon being featured in every aspect of this event. And yes, that means Giovanni will finally be getting a new Shadow Legendary, which is in fact Shadow Regigigas. So like the Halloween Part 2 event, this is also going to take place 10 AM October 26th to 8 PM October 31st. Now, in order to get Shadow Regigigas, you will have to defeat Giovanni by using a Super Rocket Radar, which is given to you by completing the new Team Go Rocket special research story. So if you haven't been stacking Super Rocket Radars, no worries, you'll still be able to get another one as a reward for completing this research story. Now, in addition to this, the other Shadow Legendary that you'll definitely want to go after is Shadow Lugia, which is making its first ever appearance in Shadow Legendary raids 10 AM October 28th to 8 PM October 29th. So for those of you paying attention to the dates, we're only going to have that 1 weekend to raid Shadow Lugia. So if your goal is to get that shiny form, make sure you don't have any plans that weekend. Now, along with these new Shadow Legendaries, the Team Go Rocket leaders and grunts will also be using different Shadow Pokemon we've been waiting a long time for. Specifically for the grunts, they will have Shadow Ghastly, Shadow Rhyhorn, Shadow Barboach, Shadow Cranidos, Shadow Shieldon, Shadow Drillbur, and Shadow Litwick as their featured Pokemon. Yes, all of these Shadow Pokemon are brand new, and their evolutions have a ton of potential in both PvP and as raid attackers, so make sure you battle as many grunts as you can to get some good ones. Moving on to the Shadow Raids, these will be appearing more often during this event, where 1-star Shadow Raids will feature Shadow Ghastly, Shadow Grimer, Shadow Misdreavus, and Shadow Litwick, while 3-star Shadow Raids will feature Shadow Nidorina, Shadow Nidorino, and Shadow Golbat. So unfortunately, nothing too exciting here. For 12-kilometer eggs, these are basically going to be nerfed, since this time only Larvitar, Sandile, Pawniard, Vullaby, Dino, Pancham, and Salandit are going to be featured. So we won't be seeing Absol, Skorupi, Scraggy, Skrelp, or Inkay like we did last time, which is kind of surprising. We'll also be getting the usual Team Go Rocket event bonuses, where you'll be able to battle more Team Go Rocket grunts from balloons and Pokestops, event-themed field research tasks awarding mysterious components, and the best bonus, which is you can finally use a charge TM to forget the move Frustration from your Shadow Pokemon. This last one is a big deal because you typically can't forget the move Frustration from your Pokemon, and if you tried, you get this message saying that it can't be done. But only during events like this, you can forget the move Frustration, which actually makes your Pokemon much more usable in both PvP and in raids.